Hey everybody, it's your boy, your Adam, Don Juan Sports. Hurry up, let's jump right into this free agent frenzy that is the NFL. Um, as most of you know, Namdi in Philadelphia, Plaxico Burress is now a New York Jet. Jet fans, you can be happy. 1 year deal, $3 million, should open up a lot of things underneath for you, let you contend with some of the better teams in the league now. But we'll find out how it works. See how much speed he has because Braylon Edwards is the same type of player, except he dropped a lot of balls. He's a little younger, but he was inconsistent. We'll see how Plaxico does. He seems like he's looking for a fresh start and is looking forward to a new team. He comes back to New York. Why? Why wouldn't you want to come back to New York? You got the bright lights of the city. You got a lot of endorsement opportunities. Your family's here. You're already familiar with the area. It's not like in Pittsburgh where, even though he knows the team and knows the city, he has been away from that team and that city for a while. So, you know, he's making the best possible deal. The Giants were also in play, tried to give him a contract with some incentives. Obviously, they didn't go too well with the meetings, and then obviously Pittsburgh tried to wine and dine him because they obviously need a big receiver, which would help them out. What a big receiver allows you to do, or a possession receiver like Plaxico, he's deceptively fast. What he does is he lets you open the field for your guys like San Antonio Holmes. That's why Braylon Edwards was a key cog last year, but not as important as San Antonio because he didn't make the game-changing plays. He had the same amount of yardage as Braylon Edwards in less games. See how dynamic he was. And that's what they liked about San Antonio. San Antonio Holmes is going to be the focal point in the Jets' offense. So, in terms of receivers, they're going to give Sean Green going to be the big back this year. We'll see how that works out for them because being that he is a big back, he will take a lot of hits. But being that LaDamon's still on your team, maybe this will give LaDamon Thomas some fresh legs, which would maybe put the Jets over the top now. But you still have to contend with the Patriots, who Albert Hainsworth got his conditioning test. He passed it. So let's see. Warren Sapp said something about $100 million doesn't motivate you. You know what? Someone else said. Jamie Dukes on NFL Network said they're winning now. They're going on a winning team. Ocho Cinco and Albert Hainsworth. That'll bring the best out of them. You can say you walk into the room with Bill Belichick and he puts his hands out and says, "Hey boys, I got 3 rings in the last decade. I got 3 rings in the last decade. Stick with me and I'll get you to the playoffs. Maybe even get you one of these rings. I brought a team 4 years ago to the Super Bowl and went 18-1. So I can get you rings. You just gotta do a few things. Fall in line. Bang. These guys are gonna want to fall in line. They're gonna want to do this type of stuff for the chance to win. When you didn't give them a chance to win before, they were sluggish, sloppy, lazy. I mean, let's be honest. What has Washington done to make, besides pay him a high end deal, to make him want to play? What has Cincinnati Bengals? Cincinnati Bengals can't even let Carson Palmer go. They would have had Chad Ochocinco for 2 first-round draft picks. That shows you what that franchise is about. They finally got rid of Ochocinco now, but I'm just saying, the stubbornness of some of these franchises, that's why they're perennial losers. And New England Patriots have a stat in the last 10 years, have 8 seasons of 10 or more wins. That's 80 wins. 80 wins. That's why they're one of the top franchises, if not the top franchise in the NFL every year. And they were 14-2 last year. Let's not get all clouded with the Eagles and Jets and all that stuff and all those guys talk. You forget there's 2 teams that still who were good in the playoffs last year. A, New England. Yes, Jet fans, you beat them. But B, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And both those camps you haven't really heard much from. So I'm just saying, again, everybody calm down. They don't crown champions in July, but both those teams have improved. And I just want to point those things out, especially on the New England end, about those players. Now, we're getting around the corner. Julio Jones is in camp. Atlanta's good. There's a lot of storylines that are going to be built up in the next week and a half. Next week, the preseason starts. So, look for the storylines to develop. We'll see how these guys do it. It's gonna be fun. Football is finally back. You can finally start to get excited about your teams and start to hope, because this is where it begins. This is where it all begins. And franchises that win understand what they're doing. So hey, if your team is a winning team and hasn't done that many um, free agent moves, that doesn't mean they don't know what they're doing. They've been in this position before. They've won. They've built through their draft. They've gotten the players that they wanted. They've let the players go when they wanted to. That's how winning teams win. All right. I'm your host of the Hurry Up, your boy Adam, the Don Juan of Sports. It was great talking to you. We'll be here all season with updates and our predictions.